President Biden appears at the White House Correspondents Dinner, the event returning after a 2-year break due to the pandemic. Still, COVID casting a long shadow over the dinner, coming just weeks after so many of D.C.'s most powerful were infected at Washington's annual Gridiron Dinner. ABC's Kenneth Moton, my date to nerd prom, as it's affectionately known, in 2017 and 2018, joins us with more from the White House. Good morning, Kenneth.
Good morning, Janae. We had a good time, right? Yes, the tradition is back, and the White House says it took extra precautions with this correspondents' dinner. The president skipped the dinner portion, arriving just before his remarks, saluting the press, but also delivering some one-liners, roasting himself and the media.
After a 2-year pandemic hiatus, one of the biggest nights in Washington returned.
It is my great honor to be speaking tonight at the nation's most distinguished super spreader events.
The Daily Show host Trevor Noah headlining the White House Correspondents' Dinner, aka Nerd Prom, where D.C. meets Hollywood. 2,600 journalists, politicians, and celebrities, including Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, rubbing elbows, celebrating the freedom of the press with a side of humor.
I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape.
For the first time in 6 years, the sitting president attending the dinner. The mass gathering raising COVID concerns as the Biden White House is hit with another round of COVID cases. Vice President Kamala Harris and Communications Director Kate Bedingfield both testing positive. This after the last major D.C. gathering at the Gridiron Club dinner resulted in at least 80 COVID cases, including 3 cabinet officials.
I mean, Dr. Fauci dropped out. That should have been a pretty big sign.
It was also a night of big honors. Our own Jonathan Karl recognized for coverage of the January 6th insurrection. The charity event also saluting fallen journalists covering the war in Ukraine.
Journalists are risking and even losing their lives to show the world what's really happening. You understand how amazing that is? I stood here tonight and I made fun of the President of the United States, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine, right?
He was just fine. Also honored the first 2 black women in the White House press corps, the late Alice Donegan and Ethel Payne, who will now have the first ever Lifetime Achievement Awards in their names. As for those COVID concerns, those attending had to show proof of a negative test and also be vaccinated.
And Kenneth, on a serious note, we are getting an idea of how Americans feel about President Biden and lawmakers in Washington these days.
That's right, Janae. Just 6 months ahead of the midterms, and we have a new Washington Post ABC News poll that shows most Americans trust the Republicans over the Democrats to handle the big issues: inflation, the economy, crime. The president's approval rating 42%. Biden getting a slight bump for his handling of the pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Eva.
Kenneth Moton for us there in D.C.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.